That's the one thing that AEW does like very, very well is they put together a good card for the pay-per-views,
Totally.
even if it's put together 10 minutes before the pay-per-view starts.
Basically.
Stop it! Stop it right now! Stop it right now! Stop it right now! I'm gonna go Ric Flair promo on you. Just do it.
Show of the year.
I think a lot of us might have the same one.
This one was tough for me.
Maybe.
This one
I don't
was
know.
tough.
I don't know.
This one was. I thought this one was actually the hardest one. To choose.
I'm happy to go first because mine's is quick, right off the rip. This one actually did appear on a lot of popular wrestling commentators as far as like Wrestle Talk and Cultaholic. They put these on their end of the year list, which I was shocked about, but I chose AEW Revolution 2023 solely because I was there. I got to see MJF versus Danielson. I got to see Hangman and Mox in the death match. I got to see the trio.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I got to see the trio switch when House of Black won the title belt. I got to see Jungle Boy bury Kristen Cage. So it was just like, it was so much fun. And to be able to witness what could have been, if not one of the greatest Danielson matches of all time in person, I was like, I'm, as a Danielson fan, hyper fan, like I'm going to walk away from that experience. Probably it's not going to get any better than that for me, especially now that he's retiring. So AEW Revolution 2023, San Francisco, I was there. Fantastic time. Got the t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Very sick.
I forgot about even though my match of the years from that show, I forgot how good that show was. You started naming those matches and I was like, Hangman and Mox was a banger. Like I forgot about that.
I was looking through the pay-per-views and I mean, I picked All In. I think we talked about this already. I loved All In. I love the spectacle of it. But looking through like the pay-per-views, that's the one thing that AEW does like very, very well is they put together a good card for the pay-per-views.
Totally.
Even if it's put together 10 minutes before the pay-per-view starts.
Basically, yeah.
It's always a very good show. But I picked All In because it just seemed big. And the lead up to it was really cool. Like I feel like everybody was super excited. I busted out all the pizzas that day.
Dude.
We had
and
everybody over.
The most pizza.
The most pizza
of all time.
I was trying to murder Eric with cheese. It just seemed big. Like everything on that show seemed really big. The pre-show to that was Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole.
And they had like 4 minutes and they maximized those.
And they maximized. They
did.
Sold those kangaroo kicks like a motherfucker.
Just about to say. Yep.
It was just such a good fucking show. And it got me hyped at a time where I think I was like kind of watching less of the whole, like Rampage and Collision and all that. Like it got me back into it for a good amount of time. I think it was Coda coming back. Was that or was that Blood and Guts? He came back
at Blood and Guts, or he debuted at Blood and Guts.
But he didn't really do anything in Blood and Guts.
No.
And I feel like this one, having like the golden stuff behind it was very cool. You had Darby Allin and Sting versus AR Fox and Swerve Strickland.
Hell yeah.
That was a sick match.
Oh, dude, Sting coming out to Metallica again.
Yeah.
Like he used to, and like the tail end of WCW there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was Christian Cage. AR Fox he couldn't go.
Oh, that's right. Shit. CM Punk and Samoa Joe, they started, right? They were the first match on the show.
That was my favorite match on the card, to be honest.
That match was like, and not just because, I'm a huge CM Punk guy. That match was like so good. Just a super, solid
great match.
Wrestling match and great opener to just get you.
I thought Jericho and Ospreay had the best match, and if I didn't hate the Young Bucks, I would say FTR second best match.
I forgot about that.
I love your hatred for the Young Bucks.
I fucking can't stand those
guys. Because it's like I I like their matches. I like watching them wrestle, but I don't like them as people at all.
And mind y'all, you have to understand too, CM Punk knocked out Jack Perry before he walked out and wrestled.
Yeah. Walked out, had a fucking banger match, gave himself a sick stabbing.
Jungle Boy and Hook had a good match too.
Desk.
Jungle Boy and Hook had a good match too. Like,
yeah, was that like right after that?
That was before.
That was before. That was the last match of the pre-show, I think.
Okay.
I should just go ahead and say All In was also my choice for many of the same reasons that Patrick just said. Yeah, just like new, exciting. Like I was literally like I was like giddy the whole week, just like, oh my god, like, you know, like five more days, bitch, you know, like till our pay-per-view. Like I was like counting it down every day. I was like, I cannot fucking wait for this. Yeah, I was just like so stoked for it, and it delivered, you know, and you know, a nice that CM Punk match, like, even though it's like, you know, we didn't know that he was about to be fired. We didn't know that was possibly his last match ever in AEW. But something about when that match was over and he was like walking away and he had the straight edge belt and he kind of just like put his hand up. Something about that, I just had this like feeling, this like bittersweet type thing where I was like, something feels like interesting about this. You know, you could kind of tell that it was significant in some way.
Didn't we read the fight like while it was happening? And you jumped up and you were like, I fucking
while the match was happening, all the stuff was coming out. I of course was like, good, I'm glad he fucking great pay-per-view. Only thing I wish about that was that there had been at least one other women's match. And also, I think I'm probably repeating myself here. I feel like I talked about this on a previous pod that I was on with y'all. But yeah, I wish there'd been a second women's match, and I wish that the women's match had been a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But no, solid show for sure.
Yeah, man. I'll say, dude, this was the hardest one for me to pick, and I want to do an honorable mention before I get into the kerfuffle that's going on in my mind. I forgot how good that Backlash in Puerto Rico was. Like,
that was
that
good.
Shit was fire. Like the fact
Bad Bunny performer of the year, bro.
Yo, I wouldn't be mad if somebody said that was their match of the year. Oh my god. So shout out to the Backlash in Puerto Rico. That was a great show. Another one, just like All In, the environment, the atmosphere was just so special. It felt really special, and it reminded me of one of those old school WWE pay-per-views with the small stage that's like, and the ramp comes from the side of the arena, but it's like everybody's packed in on top of the ring. It was great.
In your house.
Yeah, for sure. But man, I mean, you guys already said All In, and I really do not know which one I want to choose between All In and WrestleMania. And here's my reasoning. I think WrestleMania, although it gets 2 nights now, and it's kind of cheating, even with some of the filler matches that were on WrestleMania, I still think from top to bottom, overall, as far as match quality, I think WrestleMania was a better show than All In match quality-wise. The thing about All In, the reason why I can't just blindly say WrestleMania was my show of the year is because of the spectacle, because of the moment, because of what it meant for that company, and a lot of fucking people on that card. Like you already mentioned, CM Punk's last AEW match, we ain't seen Jungle Boy since. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there was a lot. I mean, that Ospreay match, I think that Ospreay match flies under people's radar. I think that for Ospreay, much like MJF and Bryan for him, that's going to be a standard bearer for his career. That's a lot of the people's first time seeing Will Ospreay on a stage like that, and he had a great match, and Jericho's best match of the year, in my opinion. Shout out to the GOAT Jericho.
And I think Jericho also has had like a fucking renaissance this year, and that should be mentioned.
Yes, we say that every year as Jericho fans, though. But it's true.
But
shut the fuck up.
He's put on
y'all the only people who
he's put on some bangers this year.
Yikes. Fall off of the year goes to Chris Jericho.
Do not talk for
you are hating.
Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. I'm gonna go Ric Flair promo on you. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. but anyway, but you know what? I'm not gonna be a fence sitter. I'm not gonna be a fence sitter, guys. I'm going to choose a side. I'm going to choose a side. And as much as it pains me to do it, I'm going to say All In was show of the year. I'm going to say All In was show of the year, goddamn.
Wow.
It's just it was such a special moment. And you can't replicate shit like that, man. And I'm happy that I was able to witness that. You know, like that's something in my lifetime of watching wrestling that is probably one of the top, probably one of the top 5 shows I've watched as a wrestling fan, just because the moment was such a great one. I never thought I would see that. Say what you want about Tony bitch ass Khan, but that man pulled it off. He pulled it off. He pulled it off.
And I think the thing, I mean, it's like if we were going like WrestleMania just night 1 up against,
it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
yes.
it's like, I agree. It's like, man, I like, even when I was still like real big on WWE, I don't like the 2 nights of Mania. I want it to just be one thing. It makes it less special. You know what I mean? I want it to just be. I get that it's like it's good that then more of the like wrestlers get to have like a moment, but at the same time, it's just like just do one night.
Eric, you want me to tell you something? You're going to be liking that 2 days this year when your boy finally gets the main event.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
I think it's also just like set up weird. Like this year we had like a big like get together on Saturday night, and then we all watched night 2 at Aaron's, and we were like dead. Like it was like,
yeah. You know what? I'll say this: if Cody won, this might have been my show of the year. But Cody Rhodes losing, it was such a good match, and it just. Y'all remember, we were all on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
It was disrespectful to make me that tired and then hurt me like that at the end.
Yeah.
All right?
And then we all walked out of your apartment just like, well,
yeah, like
I guess it's time to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Back to the old 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Dreams don't exist.
Very anticlimactic, but I really hope that they can take that angst and anger that we all feel and make Roman and Cody 2 just as good, if not better. I hope. It's a tall task, especially if they do have Seth and CM Punk main event night 1, because Jesus Christ, like if that's the main event of night 1, Cody and Roman, I mean, they need to have the match of their fucking lives, and they already had that last. They had that last
bring
year.
it.
So,
Just
do you think they switch it because of that? Then
no,
they switch it.
No,
to...
absolutely not. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's been my issue with the Cody stuff, though. Is like, bruh, there has been no build to Roman and Cody again. Like, it's like, are they even still doing that? We'll see.
It's going to be interesting to see how they get there, and I think this is why WWE is so interesting right now, because Cody and Punk are both in the Rumble. One of them has to lose, and one of them has to win, and I think we all know
necessarily.
Punk probably.
What about a little over the top rope, both feet, all 4 feet at the same time?
Right.
Right.
Little Batista John Cena action. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you got Randy Orton back, and him and Roman are about to feud. You got AJ back, and AJ's back in top guy position now, and top guy steroid shape.
Good God.
So it's.
I mean, I would almost like want to just see Randy versus Roman at this point, with like how stoked I was for Randy to be back, and how like I haven't cared about Cody.
And here we go.
Like 3 months.
Listen to these layers. We didn't choose Booker of the Year, but I would give it to Triple H. And listen to these layers. All right, Randy was part of the Authority when the Shield broke up, and Seth was Randy's lackey and is kind of little bro and Roman right now. What if Randy turns and decides to help Roman against Cody?
No.
Legacy?
Anything's possible, folks.
I mean, listen, there's layers here. You got the whole legacy thing. You got the whole Shield Authority
what's
thing.
going to happen
is this your wild prediction of 2024?
That's what it sounds
No. But it could be.
I think what's going to happen is Punk's going to win the Rumble. I think Seth's going to drop the belt to somebody else because they don't need the belt to do Seth versus Punk. I think it's going to be Cody, and Cody's going to be like, fuck, I was supposed to win the Rumble, and now I got to figure out a way to finish my story and get to Roman. And I think from January to, end of March, April, it's just going to be Cody crying and fighting. He's just going to be like, I got to finish my story, for 3 months. I think that's
the gear is going to be outrageous. It's going to be real racist looking in there.
Do we get Brandy Rhodes on TV?
I hope so.
Leading up to WrestleMania.
Listen, I'm advocating for my Black Queen to come and be on TV finally. Yeah. I would love that.
Fucking, you get Brandy Rhodes and a Confederate flag outfit.
All right, let's. Okay, so
here we go.
Have you seen their Instagrams? I wouldn't put it past her.
Yeah.
No,
the man is literally cosplaying Homelander.
Right, but y'all are forgetting he ended racism. His name is Cody Luther King Jr. Okay,
he keeps it all hidden under his tattoo. He got it all under
Cody.
Let's talk about 9/11 again.
Cody's tattoo is like the mark from on Guts' neck in Berserk. It starts glowing. As soon as you hear some racist shit, he's like,
all right, so.
Yeah, if you like this clip, then be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, yeah! And check out the channel for the latest episode of the podcast. Dig it!